Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Mystery lady, I know the world is going. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy. I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy.
Jamil, I remember in 2006 when you decided to go to Atlanta. I wasn't really excited about you going, but I saw that you were determined to go because when you were on your way, the car broke down and you got out of your car and got into your cousin's car and had your car towed back home and kept going to Atlanta. And then from there, I just saw how you began to bloom. And you had your ups, you had your downs. And even though I was here and you were there, I was still just a phone call away. And we talked every day. It's just been exciting to see how you've grown, how you've changed your way of thinking, how you've enlightened me in your journey, how you've shared so much knowledge, and you've taught me so much. You've taught me how to think for myself. You've taught me how to investigate for myself and seek out the truth. And that's something that I never did before. And I'm really grateful for that. It has taken a lot of courage for you to do the things you've done. You have made me proud. I'm excited for you. I love you. I admire you. You encourage me to pursue the best me that I can possibly be. In all that I do, I share with you. And I'm grateful for that, and I love you.
Mystery lady, I know the world is going crazy. I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy. I can see you. Good morning, everybody that has tuned into the Jamil Harley Morning Show. I think I'm loud. And good morning to my beautiful co-host, Miss Kiana Quarles. Lick a shot, rude boy. Rewind. Okay, I'm stopping. Hey, good morning. Did I go overboard with my Mr. Lover? Who? Mr. Lover. Hey, girl. What's going on, man? I think today Indianapolis's weather and Atlanta's weather
Don't you make that comparison?
I think we've joined hands today.
Don't you do it. It's still snow on the ground, sir.
Okay, well, never mind. We're distant relatives, as Damien. We are distant relatives, like Nas and Damian Marley.
That was so petty. That was so petty.
This is for all the people. The people. You'd have to know that song to know what I'm talking about. Good morning, though, man. It's cold, nonetheless. I'm warm, and I have on my mother's crochet hood, RBG.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
I really like that.
Yeah, my mama's the truth. She is a really ingenuity. What's the word what's the word I'm
Is it
trying to-
ingenuitive? Is that what you were going for?
That's what my brain is still asleep. Yes, she's very, when it comes to these designs, like when people talk about high-end fashion, I'll be like, how, Sway? How is it high-end? It runs through the same factories as the Payless shoe store stuff. But when you actually have the people that have the artistic ability in their heads to put together something so ingenuitive and unique. Like, this is a scarf hood.
I want that. I didn't see that.
She sells them. This is just the first one, red, black, green. You know, she had to send it to her.
That's which one. Oh, I like that one. I saw that she also had the pink and green.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. She came through.
So.
Yeah, one of the family friends came and was our model. She came through. She got it done, and really showcased some of the artwork that my mama does. Good morning. Matter of fact, speaking of the queen, right here. How you doing, baby? Good morning to the mama.
Good morning, Mama Harley.
I tell y'all what. The first part of this show is about finding your purpose, right? And if you don't have a cheerleader, okay, like Miss Bobby Harley, baby, when I used to play basketball, I used to sit and wish that that my dad would come to the games. He came to one, but although I don't think my mother really understood the game, she was there. She was always there. And she's been to just about everything that I've done, man. Give it up for moms out there, man.
Yay.
Shout outs to the fathers, too. Shout out,
Yeah.
Although we get a bad rap, I know, and I'm related to a group of amazing fathers, so I know we are out there. But anyway, about this, we might as well just go right into the purpose part. So the 10th, which was Wednesday, I interviewed this master teacher, Brother Phil True. Has a library of over 50,000 books. He studied under Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Chancellor Williams, like a bunch of profound scholars. He was up under them. So we had a wide variety, an interview which covered a wide variety of topics that pertain to us as a group. And so when he spit a whole bunch of information, and that wasn't even scratching the surface, because I had more questions, but we went over time by like 36 minutes. But anyway, I asked him, what are some of the things that we can do to sort of start to dismantling this mindset that has continuously been pumped into us that really hasn't been productive. I mean, you look at where we at right now in 2021, although you have a lot more of us with college educations, we make way more than our grandparents and yada, yada, yada. We still own less than 1% of the overall wealth, and we spend $2.5 trillion. So we spend more money than everybody, and we don't own anything. So one thing he said was, thank you, Lydia. I didn't know you stopped by and was listening, but I'm glad you came through. Glad to have you a part of the show.
Hey.
Yeah, Lidster, what's up? But one thing he said when I asked him about some steps that he would advise the listeners, he said to find your purpose, find something that you're good at, that you're great at, whether you're getting paid for it or not. Invest your time into that, and just and watch it grow. These are things that'll help you get away from, and this is me talking right now. These are things that goal setting and actually obtaining those goals, they help to keep you away from a lot of this frivolous stuff. a lot of this. Kanye West said, which he doesn't make a lot of sense nowadays, but then the old Kanye had come through and make some sense, and he was saying that this generation, which I'm not going to put it on the millennials, I'm not going to put it on this younger generation because they learned from us and we learned from the previous. So it's a collective where we spend all this money to look successful opposed to investing it and actually becoming successful. A lot of your brand names, anything that's air quote luxurious, all that stuff, we give it free marketing airtime. I'm not going to dive too deep into that because if you want to buy products that only cost $3 to manufacture, but they charge you $3,000 for it, that's on you. But finding your purpose. And I speak to the youth, and often I'm surprised because when you ask them, so what is it that you want to do? What are some things that you would like to do? And a lot of the children are like, I don't know.
Or I'm gonna be a rapper, basketball player, football player.
Or that's like the standard go-tos. But I remember as a child, even though there were times where I wanted to be Jerome Bettis, I wanted to be Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, and a lot of other the greats. I also wanted to be an artist. I also wanted to be a master mechanic. I also wanted to be in the technology industry at some capacity when I grew up. I wanted to be a superhero. Like the imagination that I had, I wanted to be everything. Whereas now, because we've set our kids in front of television and social media and just all this synthetic material that's not real humane, it's not human, it's cyborg stuff. When you ask them what is it that you want to do, they like, I don't know. And that's when your child has that mindset, then it's easy for the society to be like, come here, little Johnny.
I'll tell you what you're gonna do.
Right. And then the parents just walk around like, I don't know what's wrong with Junior. But so finding your purpose, my mother, I've watched my mother since a child make crochet materials. I've watched her when we was into the church, she made robes for pastors. These same robes, if purchased from a vendor, especially a non-black vendor, these preachers was going to spend between $200 to $2,000. And I'm pretty sure she didn't charge them that much because she did it for the love of the Lord. Glad she don't do that no more. We actually make money now with what she does. She's not giving out. The Lord ain't giving us no money, so we got to go get it our own. So I know she's laughing right now. But I've watched everything that she's ever done, although it was amazing then. Like it grows because you keep investing your time and your energy into it. And like her products, she officially became a business last year. And people see her stuff and they be like, I want that, I want that, I want that. And she's really, now it's a slow grind like anything, but she's starting to see the manifestations of her works. And so even when I look at you, Kiana, you have your stuff in some of your artwork being displayed this weekend, correct? Talk about that.
Well, actually, it will be in Saks Fifth Avenue at Keystone at the Crossing in Indianapolis, Indiana, for the duration of February and March.
Mm-hmm.
And it is some of my old works. However, these works, and I know that most of them have sold already, but the bigger pieces that I show probably will never sell because of how sensitive the subject matter is. And that's okay with me. That is just fine, because more than anything, it causes dialogue that would otherwise not happen between people who would not cross paths any other time. And that's really the purpose. So I am hoping to continue those conversations. And right now I'm working on new pieces, because not only does Saks have me there now, they also want me to participate in the show in August as well.
And that's a really good thing, because I remember watching you when you first started. You were doing murals for people, and and people was like, "Let me get you to paint my entire living room, and I'm gonna fix you something to eat." No.
Yeah, so you can't do a themed room. Like I want my whole little girl's room to be a princess theme for $50. And you
Yeah.
just be like, huh?
But those are that's just the growing pains of starting your business, because now so people will hit up my media company. What's up, Shishi? And what's up,
Thank
JR?
you, Chandra.
People will hit up my media company, and they will ask for rates and stuff on different items. What's up, Leo?
Thank
She
you.
said that's dope. Appreciate you. That crown you got is dope too. So prior to the experience of starting up my company, people ask me, so what's your rates? And I'll just give them the rate. Boom. Then you actually get into the circumference with them, that region, and you actually get to shooting. And I didn't really set the expectations correctly. I didn't put the safeguards to put up to encapsulate my business to where I don't lose money, because I just told you the rates. But throughout the years of fumbling the ball and bumping my head against the wall, now, so how much for this? It's like, okay, well, this is the rate, but bam, 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 which this protects me now that I've given you the bam bams. And so now if you come into my bam bam, there are policies, procedures, instructions. There's things that you have to do as the consumer that ensure that I'm not going to lose money in doing business with you. But you can't learn that until you go through the years of doing it. So it's a beautiful, just learning.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
I recently was going, like, cleaning out some stuff, and I recently found a congratulations letter from the 2010 Home and Garden show here in Indianapolis that was held at the fairgrounds. Very large event. And and it was from 2010. And prior to that, I was still, a business. And so I was just thinking to myself, goodness, like, I didn't even, it's been a long time.
It went fast too.
Yes, I have rebranded myself. Like, it was still for Murals by Marie, but I remember before it was Murals by Marie, it was Designs by Meriden, which was a combination of my two daughters at the time, their names, and when I was still doing murals and everything. And it's, man, like, having a business,
it's beautiful.
Like, it's beautiful, but I tell you what, a lot of people look at the end results of something. Like, social media is so trash. It is, because there are a lot of people who don't post their failures when it comes to
why would you do that?
Right? Why would you do that?
I'm not gonna get any likes.
But they look at the end results of a lot of things that,
years.
He got himself a house. I've been watching this company on Instagram called Saya. It is a high-end shoe designer, like a sneaker designer. And I remember first seeing him and his grind, and the shoes that he made were just phenomenal. Like, and the names were dope. The Culture Vulture, I mean, and now, like, I can honestly say you've seen every part of his
Yeah.
journey, like the failures, the all, because people will let you know in them comments, well, look, I ain't received none of my stuff, and he'll come right on, do a live and be like, look, I know y'all customers, y'all ain't received this in this amount of days, this amount of weeks. I mean, I commend him to the utmost, and the success that he has is well deserved. But a lot of the other, like, business is a beautiful thing, but it is, you got to work hard to
Yeah.
get to that end result. And a lot of us are still working, and a lot of us are still learning, because a lot of this stuff was not taught.
Talk to us. And that's the beautiful part of it. Good morning, Daddy-O, Jerry L. Jacobs Sr. What's good, player?
Moaning.
But that's when I say the beautiful part. So when you look at something that inherently in your mind, because it wasn't taught to you, you see it as an impossible feat to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
You see it as, all you see is the tough part. All you see is the horrible clientele that you get. Everybody wants something for nothing. You're not making no money. That's all you see. But after years and years and years, and then you see your stuff, you be like, well, I will be damn. And not only that, not only looking at what you've manifested, but that game that you've accumulated over those years, now you can be like, Madison, come here, girls. All the girls, come on together. Let mama give you this game. So now you don't have to jump into this rat race of a 9-to-5 to give away all of your time for a fraction of money when you can actually be at the top. Man, that's a beautiful thing.
I do. I try and do that every single day.
And then we got my homeboy on the line right now, Colin Applewhite, real estate mogul.
Okay, Mr. Applewhite.
This is another testament of what we talking about, finding your purpose. This brother, and I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Court Digo Dub at the same time. Twin Zenos is what I like to call them. But those brothers, I remember in college, they was always really smart. And Colin was both of them was a barber, but Colin was a barber here in Atlanta. He was my barber. I've literally watched these brothers go from undergrad to seeing them getting their masters to coming to Atlanta doing their thing, and then going to DC. And you know, when I talk to them, like, yeah, I got a couple properties now. Oh, I got a couple more properties, and I'm like, well, do the damn thing. Now, that's a game that they pops gave to them, and they enhanced that game. So when you look, I'm telling you, it is so important to be interested in learning. Not believing, not hoping, but actually learning so you know something. You cannot pass down I hope or I feel or I believe, and you can, but that don't give you nothing tangible. But you can be like, here are some tangibles. Buddha, bam, boom, gotcha. That's my scatting. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
I felt that.
Yeah. Because as a kid, I used to ask the elders, I'd be like, I want to be a businessman, because I never wanted to spend money. My brother, as soon as you gave him money, he was to the candy store.
Water. It was water.
It was like hot potatoes, and I'd be like, nah, I kind of want this 50 cents for the rest of my life. And then I would be like, how can I get more? How can I make more? And I had an cousin Catherine. She would come in town from Tennessee, and she'd be like, there go my little business, man. And she would pat me on my head and give me a quarter or something. And then I would look up through, going around family members, and they would pat me, here's a quarter, I would look up in like a month and have $5, and I'd be like, I'm rich. And I wanted to keep that going, and I would ask my elders how to start a business, but they didn't know. They come from an era where they're too busy trying to survive and live and not get lynched or killed or all this other stuff, so they didn't have the bandwidth to learn. And now that I'm still learning, I know a whole lot more than what I used to know, but it's not a lot. It's not enough, rather. But with what I know, I can be put into somebody that's interested. You don't even have to be a child. If you're an adult that's interested, people come to me at my job. So, what's up with this and do this, and this and this. And I'm like, so do this, do this, do this, do this. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing that I've been through all of this and I can give you something from it. So anyway, that's been our segment on finding your purpose. And I really implore people to find your purpose. It's okay to have a 9-to-5. It's okay. I'm not bashing anybody that does, because you weren't given the tools that you needed not to have a 9-to-5. So you're at a deficit. You were conditioned. Exactly. You were conditioned. We all were. So it's, start learning something. Turn off the television. It's not that important.
And know that it is okay to fail, like, more than once. It's okay to fail more than once.
Yeah.
Like, failures aren't failures, they're lessons.
They're lessons. It's not failure until you stop. If you stop, then you fail. If you endure, if you persevere, then it's just a lesson. It's just a lesson. Changing the narrative for your family that comes behind you. That should be what's important. I can't stress that enough. Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Appreciate you for that intro. So I think it's time to get Coach on. I think it's time to bring on Coach.
I'm not ready.
Well, I mean, it's Valentine's Day, and I mean, he gets the people right, and he gets you together. Oh man, let me get his number on here so we can get him.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, you about to be introduced to Coach Willie Earl. I hope he's not out there sunbathing with his hogs. Why I gotta be all that, Q Corals?
I'm just waiting.
Y'all gotta get some some straightening going on anyway.
We don't. And Ashandra, I know you listening.
Oh, she already got a comment for you.
No.
She said, "Did you get your boo a gift?"
Who? Where he at?
He on the way. He about to chime in shortly.
Baby, y'all not gonna harass me this morning.
Did you get your boo a gift? That she wants to know.
I don't have one of those.
Well,
I don't do boos. I do kings.
Did you just flash?
Cough it up. Cough it up. Cough it up. Let that sink in.
I feel like you should have put some snaps with that.
There. Have at it.
You know what? He ain't responding. Let me give him a call.
He sleep with his hogs. Let that man be.
Let me see. We about to hit him up like Tupac and them. Oh no, there you go. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Wait a minute. Coach. Oh, let's get him in here.
Wait.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah. Where'd he go? There
Oh my God.
Coach Willie. What's up, baby?
Oh my word.
You gotta take yourself off mute, Coach. Ooh, Coach is ready. He got the hat.
This is going to be a long.
Look at him. He ready. Coach, what's going on with your internet?
Oh.
Come back in.
Looks like he's paused.
Oh, he is ready. What's that Pastor Troy song? We ready.
No.
We ready.
Y'all are setting
We
up
ready.
for failure.
Oh, she said he ready for you. You right? He ready. Ooh, I can't wait. Nancy says, and oop.
And I'm not doing that this morning.
Yeah, Lydia, he's coming for it. Where you at, Coach?
He's gone.
Come on.
I think we should move on to the next segment. Me personally.
Coach is ready. Let me tell you, click back on the link, brother. We waiting. I wonder what gallon hat that is.
I don't know, but we can always just ask him later.
You know what'd be
next
dope?
Saturday.
If we got Coach Willie Earl. If there's any women out there listening, we need a female Coach Willie Earl. Let's see.
Okay, I think I might be. Okay. Am I back? Hey there, guys. I am here, baby. I got my whistle. Just in case my booski get out of line, I can blow the whistle on her. All right. Yeah, buddy.
What's up, Coach?
Ready. Hey, man, I'm tooting and ready, man. They say this is the weekend for lovers. So you called the right place, baby. Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey,
Miss Tiana, tip my hat to you, lovely. All right. Yep, buddy. I'm here. Oh, don't let them think this is a game. Coach Willie really didn't play it, but I'm here for real. Yeah, buddy. Okay, here I am.
What gallon hat is that, Coach?
Man, this about a 6.5. This about 6.5 gallon. You know, you could feed a small village with this one right here. You can feed. Look at that right there. You can feed. You look inside of that. Yep, you can feed. Yep, about a. Yep, you can feed about a whole village in there, man.
Coach, you done
How y'all
came through
doing?
today. We doing good, brother. We you know what? We needed your expertise because this is Valentine's Day weekend, and there's a lot of us grown folks that's gonna be twiddling our thumbs later on today. But you are the love doctor, right?
That I am. Yep, that is it.
You taught us about the vision of Peyton Manning, the flowing hair of Troy Polamalu.
And you see, I got it, didn't I? You see, I got it, right?
You got it.
Okay, keep going. Yep,
You manifested that, Troy, because Kiana, look, she woke up this morning.
Yeah, man.
And when she hopped in that shower.
Oh, Lord, do you see them? I mean, Jamil, just give me a second. Let me just look at the curls. Let me just look at them for a minute. Oh, my goodness, man. Whew. All right, I'm back together. I got to be professional. I got a job to do, so I got to be professional. All right.
All right, Coach, talk to the people. Talk to us.
Listen here, this goes out to all the single people on Valentine's Day, right? I want you to start reevaluating, okay, your perspective, okay? Because listen, okay, you get to save a lot of money by switching to Geico tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You get to save a lot of money by switching to Geico, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, this is the day you got to learn how to love yourself. You got to learn how to love yourself. Okay, this is very important.
Agreed.
Now, I'm not saying, fellas with no Vaseline or lotion, love yourself. Okay, I'm saying love your inner self. Okay,
not your outer self.
Now, ladies, if that means you got to re-up on your batteries, and that's just what you got to do. Okay, but tomorrow for the single people, don't worry about what you don't have. Worry about what you do have.
All right.
You know, Jamil, I was thinking earlier, it was a little quiet outside and I didn't hear my hogs. And I was a little disappointed about what I didn't have. But then I realized I sacrificed the hogs for the Troy Polamalu hair. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. You did. You went vegan, right?
Come on, I went. But so listen, look, don't judge my neck right now because I've been under the weather. But see, I went vegan though. Okay, I went vegan out of the sacrifice. And sometimes you got to learn how to sacrifice some things, okay? So here's the thing. For those people who are, listen, it's about sacrificing and changing your perspective and loving on yourself.
Okay.
That is what's most important tomorrow. Love on you, because that's the problem. You know, the great philosopher Lauryn Hill once said it best. How you gonna win if you ain't right within?
Uh-oh.
That's a word right there.
Come on now.
Word. Yeah, that word right there. That word.
Yeah.
I know you do. I know because me and you, we right within and outside. Both. That's how we get down together. Jamil, it's been a long time since my face is actually first time my face actually on the show, and I think Miss Kiana been plotting because she don't want the rest of the world to see all this deliciousness, and that's what it is. She been trying to keep me to herself, but Jamil has finally let me out.
Listen, I got you, Coach. You get to show the world your man candy.
But listen, love on yourself. That is the most important thing that you need. Don't worry about the people. And this is one thing about Valentine's Day. I appreciate Jamil. Because then that's when people be taking pictures with their significant other. And I didn't know they had a boo 364 other days. So I appreciate Valentine's Day letting us know who is actually.
You be like, oh, you need to stop sliding their DMs then, huh?
There's some of them hog lovers that's been in my DMs. And then I find out, she got an old brother over there looking like he could be on my 600-pound life named Rufus. That's what it is. No. You ladies, I'm on to you now, ladies. I'm on to you. So if you're single, here's what I'm going to tell you. Love on yourself. Turn your social media off because it's going to depress you. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to depress you. But you love on yourself. And then maybe if you love on yourself in 2021, then in 2022, you'll have you a boo.
Hey, I think you've given so many words there, Coach.
Man, listen, man. This is what I do. Man. I draw up the X's and O's for love. That's what I do.
Well, listen, Coach.
But hold on. I will say this, Miss Keon, baby. I got a whole box of fresh vegetables coming to the front door for you tomorrow. Front door. Whole fresh box. It's about 5 days old, but it's fresh.
Oh, not fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh. Yeah, about 5 days old, but it's fresh. Better coming right to your door. And then I talked to the people at Head and Shoulders because Troy Polamalu sponsored by Head and Shoulders, and he gonna send some products over to make sure that the curls stay nice and lovely.
Stay tight.
This is coming from Troy Polamalu himself personally. This is personally coming from Troy Polamalu. So. You see how I'm looking at you, girl, right? You see, okay. All right.
I'm trying not to. What are we doing here?
See, Coach draws up plays for love. He's not only a football coach, but he's a love and he's a love ambassador. You know what I'm saying?
5 days old.
All day. All 5 days. Yeah. But it's still fresh. I mean, it's fresh than what we get from the grocery store.
All you gotta do is put a little mist of water on it to rejuvenate it.
He picked them himself. I seen him pull the onions out the ground. I've seen him pull them out the ground. Yeah, them fresh. Yeah, fresh. Yeah, it just my money wasn't right, because I don't got my hogs no more, so I'm not making the right incomes. So I had to send it through the post office at the cheapest rate, and that make it about 5 days. It was fresh when he picked them, is all I'm saying, baby. When he picked them, they was fresh for you, is all I'm saying. You
couldn't overnight them. Okay, because you sacrificed your revenue for love. See,
come on, man, come on, Jamil.
And you're
see
just
what you're doing.
To keep going, Jamil.
Listen,
he's picking it up.
This is a life lesson that everybody needs to know. That's right, Shishi. All you got to do once you get those vegetables, that box of vegetables, amen, get you a spray bottle. Fill it with spring water, hallelujah, and just
I know how to garden.
And you rejuvenate those things, okay? Just like you do with your plants. Coach Willie Earl got your best interest at heart, amen.
Right here. That's where I got it, right there, because she is in my heart, so I have to have her best interest in mind.
See, look at that. Look at that. Well, listen, Coach, man, we loved having you, man. The hat is on point.
This is real. This ain't no joke. This is real. I do this. Okay, I do this.
Well, listen, man, we want you to be safe out wherever you're at today.
Yes, sir.
We glad you gave up your hogs for love, and we want to see you. We want to see you throughout the year, man. You've been a really good addition.
I need to be seen. You gotta clear with my lady though, because I don't want her getting jealous. Because people, I seen them commenting. I seen them in there commenting, man. I've seen them. Don't be thirsty on pre-Valentine's Day, ladies. Enough Willie Earl for everybody. Okay, enough. Hey, ladies. I coach offense and defense. Okay, Coach Willie Earl can do it all. All right, baby. All right.
Well, thanks for being a part of the show, man. We love and appreciate you, man. You have been a great addition to the show, and we look forward to seeing you later on in the weeks. The listeners love you, man, and
I appreciate them too. I appreciate them.
So, Coach, go ahead and hit us with your slogan.
Y'all know my slogan, baby. Be good.
Oh man, you got to love Coach Willie Earl, man. That is my guy.
Where are the female Willie Earls? We need you. Because, you know what? Jamil is in seek of some coaching, too. So I'm tired of this.
Listen, I don't need the coaching.
No. I think you need some, too.
Well, you go out, you scout you one, and then we can bring her on the show.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with being coached in areas where I need coaching.
Oh, yes, because the hosts need love too. All right.
Well, listen, we're going to go into the fun fact now that we got all the lovebirds out the way. Look at you grinning. Y'all, Kiana got that Arsenal Tech High School grin on her today. You're smitten. You are smitten.
The Arsenal Technical. What is that?
Kiana needs some support. She ain't having it.
I do.
She's supposed to be on my side.
No. She
got
it.
Shout out to Ev. That's right. Like the t-shirt, Everard Horn. Y'all follow him on Facebook. He's the presser for this shirt. This is my Imagery media shirt. If y'all can see it, I got a break all up in here.
We see.
Yeah, okay. This one. That brother he helped me get my staff together on my last film. I had t-shirts made for the whole crew, and it was through that brother. I appreciate him. That's my dog. But with no further ado, we're going to go into the fun fact. How about that?
That is a fun fact. Want to hear a fun fact? It's like a fun fact.
Another fun fact.
Here's a fun fact. Or not so fun fact. Or
here's another not so fun fact.
Not so much fun anymore, is it?
Yes, the whole name.
Yes, he said Arsenal Tech. So, this past weekend, everybody was up in Aurora and still is, and will continue to be for another couple of days on social media, I'm sure, about the film that debuted on HBO Max entitled Judas and the Black Messiah, starring Lakeith Stanfield and Daniel Kaluuya. I hope I said that right.
Probably didn't, but no, I'm just playing.
Don't you? Okay. So, if you haven't seen the film, I'm not going to spoil it for you. It is a good film. Mr. Coogler did his thing yet again. And today, I just wanted to go over some of the many tactics that were used towards our many leading men and our kings in these big movements, and sparking the revolution that we are still fighting for. So there are record of many of these programs through the U.S. government that were formed to disable these movements, and some of these included Operation POCAM, Operation Lantern Spike, and the well-known COINTELPRO, just to name a very few. These were all under the cloak of the Cold War, which was essentially a pissing contest between the US and the Soviet of who had more control of their people, basically. And you can read more about the Cold War. Amidst the civil unrest of July and August of 1967, the FBI began COINTELPRO Black Hate, which focused on King, the SCLC, as well as the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which is known as SNCC, the Revolutionary Action Movement, RAM, the Deacons for Defense and Justice, Congress of Racial Equality, known as CORE, and Malcolm X, his own OAAU, Organization of Afro-American Unity, as well as the Nation of Islam. Black Hate established the Ghetto Informant Program and instructed 23 FBI offices to disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize the activities of Black nationalist hate-type organizations. The Ghetto Informant Program, known as GIP, was an intelligence gathering operation run by the Federal Bureau of Investigation from 1967 to 1973. And its official purpose was to collect information pertaining to riots and civil unrest. Through GIP, the FBI used more than 7,000 people to infiltrate poor Black communities in the United States. One of the first major projects involving GIP was Operation Pocan. The FBI's effort to monitor and disrupt the 1968 Poor People's Campaign. Informants were later asked to report on African American bookstores and investigate the existence of subversive literature. The program was targeted at those likely to have information about ghetto happenings. Thus, according to an internal memo, it included people such as the proprietor of a candy store or a barber shop in a ghetto area. These informants were listening posts, tools for blanket surveillance of a community area. GIP operated with no oversight from the courts or Congress. So some of the FBI field operatives were instructed to create a negative public image for target groups, for example, through surveilling activists and then releasing negative personal information to the public. Break down internal organization by creating conflicts, for example, by having agents exacerbate racial tensions or send anonymous letters to try to create conflicts. Create dissension between groups, for example, by spreading rumors that other groups were stealing money. Restrict access to public resources, for example, by pressuring nonprofit organizations to cut off funding or material support. Restrict the ability to organize protests, for example, through agents promoting violence against police during planning and at protests. Sound familiar? Restrict the ability of individuals to participate in group activities, for example, by character assassinations, false arrests, surveillance. All of these tactics were through infiltration, psychological warfare, harassment via the legal system, illegal force, and undermining public opinion. And later, COINTELPRO was disassembled. And this is on what basis? The committee finds that the domestic activities of the intelligence communities at times violated specific statutory prohibitions and infringed the constitutional rights of American citizens. The legal questions involved in intelligence programs were often not considered. On other occasions, they were intentionally disregarded in the belief that because the program served the national security, the law did not apply, while intelligence officers on occasions failed to disclose to their superiors programs which were illegal or of questionable legality. The committee, and that's BS, The committee finds that the most serious breaches of duty were those of senior officials who were responsible for controlling intelligence activities and generally failed to assure compliance with the law. Many of the techniques used would be intolerable in a democratic society, even if all the targets had been involved in violent activity. But COINTELPRO went far beyond that. The Bureau conducted a sophisticated vigilante operation aimed squarely at preventing the execution of First Amendment rights of speech and association on the theory that preventing the government of dangerous groups and the propagation of dangerous ideas would protect the national security and deter violence. All of that, to me, bullcrap. So these are just some of the tactics and some of the rhetoric that was. I even read that they also came up with coloring books to distribute throughout the Panther schools of showing blacks killing white police to kind of condition the mind of all of the children, black and white, that the Panthers and other groups were violent. It just goes to show that if you don't know just how great of a people we are, to where these people will go through all of these things to keep us at bay, like they're fully aware of our capability, why aren't we?
I think we need to play something for that. Now, here's the telling thing is everything you just read is public information. We don't have any access to any secret, nothing.
You can get access to the Library of Congress. I have so many files and PDFs and stuff from the Library of Congress, including those of how to convert a slave to Christianity. Like all of these things are in the Library of Congress. So, and they're, I mean.
So my point is, why is it that you're just now, a lot of you guys are just now hearing this from the Jamil Harley Morning Show? Why? You've been in front of doctors, lawyers, preachers, politicians that look like you, that tell you they have your best interests at heart, and you've never heard of any of this stuff. Why? When it's public. The Nat Turner movie that Nate Parker produced, in the scene, it was a movie about Nat Turner. And Nat Turner, we all know it was illegal to read during slavery. The only book that you were allowed to read after a certain period of time of slavery was the Bible. The woman, the slave master's wife, told Nat Turner when he went into the library and saw this ginormous library, reading was so magical to him. He's like, I want to read all these books. And she said, no, your people can only read this book. That's something that I just said you've never heard either. Why? Why have you never been told this public information? And yet and still, when people like Kiana or myself talk to you individually, oh no, that ain't right. That ain't true. Y'all lying. Y'all making stuff up. Y'all crazy. I'm not here, and Kiana's not here to make you think one particular thing. The purpose for all these platforms that I've involved myself in since I took a sabbatical from stand-up comedy is to just get you to think. Think you to put a critical analyst on everything that you've been taught, and then go up to the lineage. What have you been taught? You've been taught how to be a certain way, how to eat a certain thing, how to view a certain thing. Where did that information come from? It came from people that were prohibited to read for themselves. And I hear people when I have, and I've learned not to just give information. This is my show, so the people come to the show for the information that we give and for the content that we provide. But other than that, I'm just not giving no more. I'm just not up because people don't care for the most part. But I talk to some people, and then they will say out of their beautiful faces, "I don't like to read." Ah, shit! Don't say that. Don't say that out loud. Don't, because you are reinforcing. You're reinforcing all of that by telling yourself that you don't like. You don't like to read what you've been told to read. I get that. Say that, because when you start to learn, not at just what has been done to keep you in a certain place in this existence. I'm not just talking about reading that. I'm talking about when you learn who you were before you got in this place. It's like reading magic. So when we talk about, only time I hear the word black girl magic or black excellence is when we dribbling the ball, dancing, singing, doing something that naturally, it just comes natural to us. But you don't hear that when we're talking about Mansa Musa. Do y'all know Mansa Musa was the richest man on the planet to this day?
To this day.
To this day. He was a black guy. Life Without Knowledge is Death in Disguise by Talib Kweli. You right, Lydia.
Ooh.
Come through, listeners. But I mean, our history, and not even our ancient, I'm talking ancient history, but even in our contemporary history, we've done some amazing things for us to even still be here. I mean, you look at, and I'm always because it's in front of our face. You look at the music. We will dance and do a new dance and put our kids to do a dance on top of lyrics where we're killing each other. We're like, yeah, we killing each other. Ha, yeah, like standing ovation. And I'm like, no, what are you doing? It's only entertainment. You're right. Enter to go inside. Tame the control. And mint means mind.
Yes. And you have to, there's music out there that is meant to uplift and you can still dance to it.
Yeah.
It's called Higher Infinite Power Healing Our People. That's hip hop.
Yeah.
Real hip hop.
I know I got some friends that was like, Jamil, you're a hater. You don't like nothing.
I got some of them too.
And I laugh because I'm like, I love a lot. I love a lot of things. I like a lot of things. It's just the things that are in front of us that is handed to us. I don't love that. I don't like it. It's not ours. It's
manufactured.
It's manufactured for very specific reasons. And when you if you go back and re-listen to what Kiana just told us, you can actually look up everything. Where'd you find that at? Let's give references. Where'd you find that at?
Oh, you talking about what I just read?
Yeah,
oh, baby.
Don't take our word for it. Just
listen. You can look it up on Google.
Hold on, let me find it. I know I got this somewhere. No, that ain't it. Is it this? Okay, say Google again. Chop and screw it though.
Google.
We kind of made that creepy a little bit, but nonetheless.
We did. But even there are cited works. There are cited works. And then there are sites. Let me tell you, I go down so many rabbit holes to find this information. Like all of this information, what I put together this information myself. So I found all of this information through different cited works and PDFs. So next time I will actually list the PDFs in which I got them from, because I have so many on my phone. And screenshots of the actual like old PDFs and form. Like I have a picture right now of the actual letter that was sent. They call it the suicide packet that they sent to him. You know, telling him to basically off himself.
Mm-hmm. Now
Like all
that's
of
a
that.
real rabbit hole when you got screenshots and all that in your phone. That's a
Yeah,
rabbit hole.
it is. It is a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, I be thinking to myself, just in case I need to prove myself. Boom. Here
Bam.
it is. Yeah, I got receipts.
Yeah.
So it's there. It's there. And I'm telling you, boy, the Library of Congress is a mug, boy.
It's
They
like
are mamma jamma, boy. They have all of
it's like we
all of
know
that
they're not
stuff.
gonna look into it, so we just gonna put it out there for everybody else's eyes.
And that's how I feel about that. I really do. I mean, shoot, it ain't like they gonna look it up.
Yeah.
So
And you know, I've had over the years people tell me Google isn't right all the time. The thing about Google, because you can look up what we just said and you'll have one thing that says this and then another thing that says Google is a starting point.
it is a starting point.
It's a starting
And
point for you to take it and run with it.
that is true. But let me tell you something. Me and my kids are library fanatics. So if once I find the actual the cited work, like I'll see if I can find the book on Amazon or the article and where it was actually written. I I do that. That's the type of stuff that I do. Like it's kind of I don't even know how that information comes to me, how I just end up like that, but I actually like doing it. I probably should have went into journalism in school. I probably would have
Yeah.
been good at that.
Yeah.
But
And,
who knew?
and so just imagine if we were to get off of reality TV, trap music, processed foods, those three things
Ooh,
just to start and take that energy and put it into learning something like that.
Erica Badu she said, what if there was no niggas, only master teachers? I stay woke.
Mm.
So that was the first time I ever heard that phrase. Staying woke or whatever you want to call it was in that song.
Yeah.
So that is probably what would happen. It'd be a bunch of master teachers walk around this joint.
Ooh, and you wouldn't be able to tell us nothing.
At all.
You wouldn't be able to tell us nothing.
We would definitely still be policing ourselves. We would definitely like our community would be just that.
Yeah.
Our community.
Yeah. Like everybody
And
else's that have real communities.
I would like to read up more. What I need to do is read up more on Malcolm X's individual organization.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty darn interesting because that was something I knew, but I never knew the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Organization of Afro-American Unity.
That was towards the end of his life when he started.
Yes. And it was heavily infiltrated.
Yeah. Yeah. When you think of the infiltration, and we're gonna get up off this in a little bit, and everybody start their Saturday. But the interesting thing about our movements that get infiltrated, it don't cost no money really for us to infiltrate our groups for these institutions. Like when you look at the mobs, the mob bosses and all that, like a lot of them, a lot of those people, they was like, no, we not snitching. I mean, although you did have a lot that snitched, but it took them a while to finally snitch. But I mean, you see it on First 38.
Listen.
Not to say that they shouldn't on Force 48. I mean, if you out here doing reckless stuff, then yeah, get out of here.
I don't know. I don't know about that because let me tell you something. After reading about William O'Neill, because I read about him too in regards to this research that I just did. So William O'Neill is essentially the rat who was involved in the assassination of Fred Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
And they the FBI after this assassination paid him $300.
That's what I'm saying. You did all
Three
that for $300.
hundred dollars. He did all of that for $300, and then he went and did an interview about how he felt about the whole thing, and saying that he was a victim of the system, and which basically meant that he was broke and he was trying to do whatever to get money and to stay out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
And after they aired that interview, or I'm not gonna say after they aired it, I believe it was the day they aired it, he committed suicide. So like it's like I think the mentals of snitching is is far worse. But however, our
Yeah.
people they still do it. They still do it. And nowadays I really think it takes little to nothing. I think it took a lot more back then than it might today, but who knows?
Yeah. Unification, people. Unify. And this ain't about hating no other group. This ain't nothing like that. This is about loving yourself.
Because
And
they put us against each other a lot. We got to get, oh my gosh, oh, we have to get over that. But how? I just don't. I want to believe that that'll happen, but there are so many differences in, like, everybody wants to be right. Everybody, it's so much dissension that goes on in social media every single day, but we find something to argue about, and we will not like a person, a group of people, or whatever for that reason.
I think
Like
it's
at the,
I think it's getting better. And I know that's kind
I
of
hope so.
I know that's kind of weird coming from me because I'm like, it ain't get better. It ain't gonna never get better. This is crazy. We're off the chain. But and I do sound like that, don't I? No, I'm just playing.
No,
When you look at you're a hater. When I look back at 2020 and 2019, those 2 years alone, I saw an uprise in intelligence and actually not just truth seeking, because truth is relative, but
yes,
fact seeking.
it is.
People wanting the facts.
Give me some numbers, Doc.
I'm coming across so many people that they're like, my light just turned on after this happened to me. This happened to me. The lights just kicked. So we are coming into the age of Aquarius, which I happen to be an Aquarius.
I knew you had it.
You know, but that's the age of information. And so you see the things that's happening around in society, like things are starting to clamp down because, like, the people are finally starting to wake up. So now let's hey, little Uzi Vert, put a diamond in your head so we can talk about that for about 2 months and keep people away
Yes.
from the information.
Lil
But
Nas X, go get you some double D's.
I mean, and when you're going through these, like, I ain't gonna front. I don't know how to use what's that yellow social media? Snapchat. But I'll go on there to try to reach out to people on various platforms, and they just have 6ix9ine on there. They got they just keep Lil Uzi. They keep a whole bunch of just nonsense in the feed, and I'm just like, what is this? There's so much we should be learning. Like, there's so many people that are starting LLCs right now. When you log on on Instagram, there's so many business women and businessmen giving you tips on how to start a business and how to get grants and how to make money and all this. Why isn't that being promoted? Forget all this nonsense. But It's a system.
Mm-hmm.
And in
Yeah.
order to combat a system, it takes another system, not an individual. So when you sit and you wait on a leader, you wait on somebody to lead you to the water instead of getting on. Hold on, let's do this again, Kiana. Google to try to find your way. Then you're gonna be sitting there and you might catch a leader, but that leader might be bought and paid for by the system to tell you to look over here instead of straight forward. That's right. Meek. What's up, girl? But nonetheless, I've enjoyed myself this Saturday. We've had an amazing show. We talked about purpose. What's your purpose? Finding your purpose in the beginning. And then Coach Willie Earl came through and blessed us with some love advice about don't give me that. Coach Willie Earl came through with some love advice. He told us, what he tell us? He told us
blessed y'all to, told y'all to love yourself.
Right, because y'all love each other. So he got that. Y'all got that covered. And then Kiana Quarles hit us with the fun fact regarding Judas and the Messiah, which led into actual things that are actually going on. So I want to thank everybody, and I thank everybody. I've been thanking everybody, and I'm going to continue to thank everybody for giving us some of your time in the Saturday, not too early, but Saturday morning. We miss DJ Godzilla's for getting y'all ready to clean your house on Saturday, but he had to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Lydia.
Thanks, Lydia. Good seeing you. Your blessing is on the way. Fresh 5 days over. You better tell her, Daisy. But thank y'all for tuning into the Jamil Harley Show. We love and appreciate y'all and hope to see you again next Saturday.
You are now listening to the Jamil Harley Morning Show.